Welcome to All In with Allie, the podcast for online business owners and entrepreneurs who are ready to create the life and business of their dreams. I am so happy you're here with Cait Howard in the house.
I'm back.
We're doing something fun today.
Switching it up.
We're switching it
Kind
up.
of exciting.
We're having fun.
Yeah, we're having fun.
I see these other podcasters doing these fun things, and I'm like,
What
would it be like if I had fun?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I have fun. I have so much fun, but you can only talk to yourself for so long.
100%.
So I saw Kristen Cavallari. Actually, she does this like sip and spill where people submit these juicy, polarizing questions. And if she doesn't want to answer it, she has to take a shot. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. Not that y'all give a flying what. Yeah, I don't know. Some of the questions, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how you'd feel. The questions are good.
They did good. Yeah.
They did good.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
There's one of them. Yeah. I can't wait.
okay. So here's the thing. It is 1:00 on a Thursday. And I'm all about a tequila shot.
I offered my couch if she wanted to really get drunk and go.
Probably like a few years ago, that would have been, I'd be spending the night here happily. But I'm picking up kids after this. We are not taking tequila shots today. Maybe we'll do like a weekender.
Yeah.
So we're compromising. And I wanted to make it fair because obviously like it has to be awful for this to make sense.
Yeah.
So what we landed on, and I asked for your suggestions, and whoever sent in sour milk. Okay.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. You're mean.
What we decided on was soy sauce and wasabi. We have done no research to know if I already know I'm going to swell up like a freaking tick after this, but I don't know if this, like what this is going to do to my stomach lining. I'm sure maybe some nurses are watching. They're like, wow, this is okay.
Yeah. They're going to check on you. They're going to see if you went to the hospital tonight.
All for you.
All for you.
All for the art. Okay.
Right.
So we have this, and this is there's a good amount of wasabi in here. That's a good amount of soy sauce. This is like, I should probably take my rings off, but we're just rolling the dice. Oh, you have the questions.
Yeah.
Cait is here. She's going to answer the questions. I have talked her into this. She was not planning on doing this, but I am very convincing. So so I'm not here looking like a fool by myself.
Yeah, it'll be more fun.
It'll be more fun.
You have somebody to bounce off of.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start from the top. We'll get into it. So the first question that we have, what are your icks in business?
Icks in business, when people are clearly wearing a mask. And I'm speaking for myself because I used to do this, but now I can spot it and it's an ick. When people hate on other business owners is an ick for doing things differently than them. That is an ick. And I'm trying to think of another good one. You get to answer too, if there's anything that comes to mind. Are there any? Because I feel like we know each other.
Oh, yeah.
We went to high school together, so we know each other. She knows me. I know her.
People that don't pay their invoices for services rendered.
Oh God, I wasn't even thinking of that angle.
I'm a different angle. I'm coming from a different angle.
You know it's an ick when you bend over backwards to create payment plans for clients and then they end up ghosting you or saying that they can't pay and then go and pay another coach and post about it. It's an ick.
Yeah.
That's an ick.
It's hard.
It's not cool.
That's not cool.
Just karma. Okay.
Karma. All right. What are your like main client red flags? Like what are the things that are like just ding, 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 you know, when they happen? You're like, nope, gotta pass on this one.
Overthinking to a point.
Yeah.
We all overthink and like I'm cool with that. But where you can just tell that they're trying to convince themselves to make the decision. And I never want to. I've done that where I've helped convince them and helped them convince themselves, and then they get in and it's just not the right time or something. So I've learned that that's a red flag. If you're not like I will answer questions all day.
Yep.
But answering questions all day, multiple days, we're not ready.
Right.
That's a red flag.
Yeah. Any others that come up?
Well, I know there's so many of them.
Yeah.
By the way, this truly is on the fly because I was meant to prep for this yesterday, but yesterday was a shit show of a day. And I'm really doing so many of
real.
these. Yeah, these are real. Other client red flags. When you hate on other coaches and like nobody's
huge.
way works. And
Yep.
I think like there's a level of uncoachability.
Yep. Yep.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, I would say that's huge. Yeah, I would say the same from a service provider perspective. Like if I'm talking with someone and they are, because there's a difference in, hey, I'm working with these people. These are the things that I'm dealing with
Yeah.
that I don't want to deal with
Yeah.
versus like someone who comes and they're just like complaining and it's coming from a place of, then like they're probably going to be
Nobody's way has worked.
Mm-hmm.
Where lack of responsibility, lack of accountability, huge red flag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like it just makes your life harder when those people come in.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just not worth it.
100%. Yeah. There are instances where you are done wrong and that person needs to be held accountable, but there's if everybody's doing you wrong and this is like a pattern, there's
100%.
something there.
Yep.
Red flag.
Yep. All right. Who is doing your mommy makeover? That's so exciting. Are you doing it here in Nashville?
Yes. Dr. Unger.
Dr. Unger.
Dr. Unger.
Tell us about it. Like, what's the process? Like, what's the process been like?
It's been awesome. So I've gone on the initial consult with him, and that was very awkward. I'm just going to be real. He
I'm sure. I can imagine.
The most incredible bedside manner, but
is he just like drawing all over your body with a Sharpie? Is that
no?
like
They don't do that yet.
Okay,
but he is looking at the tatas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they used to be better.
I know. Yeah, but he's judging you. Like that's his job.
That's his job, right? He's like, yep,
the tatas.
We can fix this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thanks, Yeah. So, but also just so like it's so weird.
Yeah.
But he's incredible. He's one of the best. I've never gone under the knife before, so if I'm going to do it, it's just.
How did you choose like the timing? Because I know you're doing it in the fall. Like, what did you think about when you're planning out like this timing will work? Because I don't know the recovery. I don't know what the recovery is like.
It's like 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
Depending,
but like
ish.
Probably like a good 4 to 5 days of like major
100%.
rest.
Like
and
about
then after that,
a week of like serious downtime.
Yeah.
So I'll take a week off of work, and I wanted to do it around the holidays, so that holidays, because that's like my chill time anyway.
Yeah.
So that way I can just be super
and big
chill.
Sweaters, just like big sweaters all the time.
And then
when
come back in the springtime, baby. They're gonna be like, the fuck? She had no pie this holiday season.
I know, but and I do this, and because when they show up on your feed and you're like, they got a boob job. And so they're going to go back. They're going to go back and scroll.
I know.
They're going to be
hello,
they need the comparison.
They're like, no, that's why I'm being open about it.
Absolutely.
And I don't
like,
mind.
why not?
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
By the end of this, I'm going to be mostly fake, and that's okay. I'm whatever. Do you. That's what I want. And so how I went about it, I that was the time frame. I had heard multiple people talk about Dr. Unger. So I did my research there, met with him, felt really good about it. And we're doing the full shebang. So boobs, lift.
Yeah. But implant, not
I'm
like
deciding.
Fat transfer.
I'm deciding.
Well, you probably don't have fat to transfer, though. You probably wouldn't have enough, potentially.
Yeah, and I'm wondering with a lift if that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Because there's something there.
Yeah.
But it's just.
Yeah.
Sad.
I know.
So we're doing that. We're basically like reconstructing my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
My belly button needs to be reconstructed. He has to sew my abs back together. We are doing some lipo. And that's the gist.
Yeah.
That's that.
Is it a huge like wait to get in with him?
No.
Not too bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I think his prices do a good job filtering people out.
Well, for sure. That's, yeah.
And I'll say, like, I met and, a few people were like, you could go to New York and do that. I was like, but I don't want to go to New York and do like a massive surgery. And, he's the best.
I know. Yeah. Because I've seen people do that where they'll like
Yeah.
fly out to LA
Or go
and
to
be in a
another
hotel.
country.
Yes, the
But
other
we're
country
not.
is very popular
We're
right
not
now.
doing all that.
Yeah. What
I could go to
other-
Vietnam and do it for like 10 grand.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
I know.
we could probably get a twofer.
I know.
If you wanna get yours done,
buy
too.
one, get one. Yeah. It's just like
Bye,
a
Philip.
vacay.
We're going to Vietnam.
Do you want any other surgeries? Is there anything else on your wish list?
That's really the big one. I would not be opposed in the future to getting a facelift.
Yeah.
If I ever need it, I would totally Kris Jenner my ass if
Man,
possible.
the transformation.
I mean, if that isn't a reason to want to be wildly successful, I don't know what.
Her, yeah. Like, I've never seen magic like that.
Okay. Down for that.
Yeah.
I'd get myself a chin because God forgot to give me one. So I would do that.
Yeah.
But that's it. Just, everything.
All of it.
Simple.
All of it. All of the above. Okay. Switching gears. Who is your celeb crush? And it can't be Tim McGraw. What's the context?
The reason why they're saying that is because Chris with a forward hat, I say looks like Tim McGraw, and he does.
Okay.
He really does.
So that'd be
He
a
hates
cop
when-
out with Chris because
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
be like, oh, I said Tim McGraw,
Yeah.
but like it's you,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay, so not Tim McGraw. Who would it be?
I'm not a big celebrity crush person. The only person that comes to mind is that weird to say? It's Riley Green. But to be
I don't think I
fair,
know that person. What? Tell me. Maybe I do. Maybe I know context. Maybe I just don't know the name.
moi. Riley Green?
Maybe I just don't know context. Or who's Riley Green?
He's a country singer.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know him. I'm going to have to look him up.
To be fair, he looks like Chris. Okay. And to be fair, it's the mustache and he shaved it. So it's not even Riley Green.
Wait. Is he the one that is like doing old school country right now?
I don't know. I don't listen to him.
Okay. Because there's that might
I'm not
be
a
the guy.
fan of his music.
There's one guy and he's like bringing it back like to the old days. And that might be him. TikTok star.
Yeah, it's the stash. He needs a mustache. Let me find a good picture.
Oh, no, I don't know him. Okay. I see that. Yeah.
You do now.
I see that.
He
Yeah.
looks like
I know
Chris.
Riley Green now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we still have a good cop
That's
out.
fair.
Chris, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay,
that's,
Chris.
He already knows. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Okay. This is a good one. This one might make you drink. I don't know. Who do you think lies on the internet about business results?
Oh.
Are you going to name names or are you going to drink?
Well, since I just said I don't like when people hate on others, I'm going to drink.
Yeah.
Because that's mean. There's a few of them. There's
Yeah.
a few of them.
But we're not going to be mean. Okay.
We're not mean girls. Okay. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Do we need more wasabi?
It's actually so good.
More wasabi.
We need more wasabi. Being real, I would drink that all freaking day. My new favorite drink.
What is a regret of yours that you would go back and redo if you could?
My relationship with my mom in the final months, 100%. Regret it every day of my life. But the silver lining of that is I get to take that wisdom and apply it to other family members. You know?
Oh, I know. And for people who don't know this about us, we go way back, long time. Me and Allie have known each other a very long time. So I know when she was going through her journey with her mom. But I will tell you this, because this is something that helped me, because I'm similar.
Yeah,
and we
I
know
know.
that about each other, that we have similar regrets about that. But I know you also, at the end of her life, you were given the opportunity to care for her in a way that
That's true.
maybe that wouldn't have happened had she not been sick.
Yeah.
And that gave you the opportunity to like have a different relationship with her during that time frame.
Yeah.
And that's what I think about my mom. I'm like, on the one hand, it's like, it's a little unfair to an extent, but at the same time, like we wouldn't have had those like 4 months of closeness of like sitting in doctor's offices together, of me being able to return the favor of her raising me and taking care of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
if it hadn't have happened that way.
Yeah.
So I look back on that and think I'm glad I had the opportunity, but I still always wish I did more.
Yeah. And I think that's it. It's like we always look for the ways that we didn't do it perfect. And there's so many things that, I showed up for her. I always had her back. And there are ways like, like I saw you would like sit in chemo with your mom. And I was like, I didn't do that. I dropped her ass off. And I was like, have fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a bitch. Like what? Oh, so it's like moments like that that I just, you could spiral all day.
Yeah.
And I have a list a mile long, and it's like, what can you do? I could beat myself up over it, or I can, to your point, reframe it the best that I can, and just know that if I ever get the opportunity again with a loved one, with a family member, I have that pain to not recreate for myself again.
Yep.
Yeah.
What we can do with it. Yeah.
Should have taken a fucking shot.
Sorry.
Wah, wah.
Okay, but this one you might, again, because this is a name dropper. Well, but it could go either way here. Least favorite industry guru or big name, and why?
Okay, I'm gonna name it. I don't even know his name. I forgot his name now. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this, and I've said this before. Sometimes you get a feeling and you don't know why. Everybody else clearly doesn't have that feeling.
Sure.
But for whatever reason, it's an ick for you. It's a no for you.
Yep.
And this person, I don't know why. This is unfair. I'm sure he is a lovely person. This is completely unfounded. It's truly like gut instinct. Something in me is a no.
Yeah.
The guy with the really blue eyes, he has a podcast. He's like a yogi. He used to be a monk.
Jay Shetty?
Yeah. Am I going to get offed? Jay Shetty, Buddhist ninjas? I don't know.
It's just a feeling. I mean,
He's handsome and he's lovely. He's charismatic. Something is like.
Yeah, it just doesn't do it for you.
But it's not necessarily that, because there's people I don't like that I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I use this example a lot, Joe Dispenza. I think he is masterful, brilliant. I've tried to do his meditations, hard. Something just doesn't connect. So it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's different than that, though.
Got it. Okay.
So
take it for what you will. Take it for what you will. But I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
All right. What is the worst thing that you've ever done?
To take a shot. We're saving that for a book.
Okay. All right. I like it. Was it in Nashville or Knoxville? Or Mobile? Mobile. You lived in Mobile too, right?
Yeah. It was when I was living in Mobile.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. Okay. Shit. I'm scared.
It's a lot of wasabi.
Okay. We're just gonna do it. I've done worse. Oh, there it is. There it is.
We hit it. Rookie mistake. Okay. Have you ever been arrested?
No, but I should have. Would have done me good. No, I have not.
Well, there you go. That's good. No jail. No jail time. Here in our little town, if you did get arrested, your mugshot would be on Facebook.
Oh, everybody would have
known it. Yeah.
I know you haven't been arrested.
I have not been arrested. But there are people we know, like closely, who have been arrested, but for stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like they didn't show up to court for like a traffic ticket and they end up getting arrested and have a mugshot and they get put on that website.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have those where you live, but it's...
I feel like I'm about to throw up.
Okay. We have a couple more. Why? Okay. So this isn't name dropping. So this is good. Why have you stopped working with coaches in the past?
Oh, thank God. Okay. I'm trying to think because I know what this is getting at and I know that like they want a good answer.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think if I've had a bad coaching experience.
Yeah.
I will say I've been fortunate in that I've chosen the right coaches for me. And the only reason why I stopped working with them is because I got what I needed in the season.
Yeah. You outgrew it.
I outgrew it. Yeah. There was one instance where I got in and it was not what I expected. Like I never even got it. I've seen people talk about this and I don't think I would have believed it had I not experienced it, but I never met with the coach. It was like their team.
Oh, interesting.
But it wasn't necessarily, I don't know, like I'm also somebody, I'm not a fine print reader.
Totally. So it may have been there.
So it might have been there,
realize,
but so that was interesting, but it was, I got what I needed. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's like the name of the game and the bottom line with any experience or any investment you make. Like there's like a give, right? From both parties.
Yeah.
Like even if it's a bad experience, like there's likely still things that you can take from it.
100%. And I will say that's something that my old coach, Melanie, used to say. It was a really powerful reframe because she was like, look, we're going to, whether it's coaching, whether it's relationships, whatever. Sorry, I feel like I'm like gulping into the mic because I'm trying not to vomit. But you're going to have these experiences where you're like, whoa, didn't love that. I would have done it differently.
Yeah.
And that's the power. Yeah. That's the reframe.
Yeah.
What would you have done differently?
Yeah.
Now go do it differently.
Yeah.
So that sometimes those experiences, as shitty as they are, can be parlayed into something incredibly valuable for you because you change the game or do it in a different way.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. Okay. A past program that you hated coaching or teaching.
I'm sorry, this is not a cop-out. I don't teach anything that I hate at all. And I know that going into it. So there's nothing. Now, are there things that I wouldn't want to reteach? Yes, which is why I don't.
Yeah.
And you can just buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they had their place. It's like Taylor Swift and re-recording her albums. Like you heard, like she couldn't re-record Reputation.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I'm not in that mindset anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I was in a specific mindset when I recorded that album.
That
and
makes
like
sense.
I can't get there.
That 100%
like the other ones.
Makes sense.
So I would say it's like similar.
I've outgrown it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It wouldn't do it.
I nailed it the first time.
It wouldn't do it service to do it again. Yeah. Okay. What is a common truth in the women-owned business world that you think is a lie?
Sacrifice. There will always be things that we have to sacrifice. It's the way that we're sold it. You can't have it all. You need to pick and choose. You need to pick a lane. You can't. Yeah. Yeah. I had a coaching call right before this and we talked about this. The idea that it is selfless to not go for what it is that you want. We're sold this archetype, this good girl archetype, that we need to be selfless to be a good mom, to be a good wife, to be a good person. It is selfless to sacrifice on the things that you actually want, sacrifice on the things you actually want to do.
Yep.
In order to maybe be there more for people, your kids or whatever.
Yeah.
But in reality, I think that's actually selfish.
Yeah.
Because when you're sacrificing on those things, like I said this on the call, if I wasn't here right now doing what I'm doing and working and putting this out into the world, I would be a awful mom. It would be selfish to them.
Yeah.
Because even if they were in the room with me right now, I would have, and I have nothing against screens, but like their face would be in a screen. I wouldn't be with them anyway.
Right.
I wouldn't be there.
Right.
So I think this whole this selfless archetype and how that's so
when you push off your dreams
noble.
And you push off your ambitions to
that's a good thing, and that means that you're a good mom, and that means that you're a good wife. You're a good girl.
Yeah.
Because you are so selfless. But meanwhile, you're resentful.
Yep.
You're unsatisfied.
Yep. Your mental health suffers.
Tell me how happy you are and tell me how well you're showing up for your family then.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. That is selfish.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And it's prevalent. Prevalent. Okay. Last question. What is one decision that you made for your business that people in your life strongly disagreed with, but you're glad that you did it anyway?
So thankful I don't have to take that shot. I really think I would have thrown up. I'm not kidding. Oh, thank God. Oh, so many. I mean, I don't recommend putting investments on credit cards and lying to your husband and doing things without having conversation, but I did that. And I rolled the dice and I dealt with it. And it wasn't lovely. And would I do it again? No. And, I do, like, I don't wish I went through it that way, but also I did what I needed to do and I bet on myself.
Yeah.
So that I think most people would disagree with, but no regrets.
No regret.
Shifting from the business I had to this one. Very few people thought that that was a good move because it wasn't proven, because I wasn't even
They didn't
sure.
even understand it.
No, and I didn't even understand
Yeah.
it really. And I didn't know what was possible, but like
Yeah.
I kind of saw over here and I was killing myself over here and I was taking prescription pills just to do my work. And,
Yeah.
so it was like,
And
well, I know this looks logical to you, but I'm killing myself. So I'm gonna go with my gut here. I'm gonna, leap into darkness and hope that something catches me.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad I made that decision.
yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I don't know that, my dad wasn't alive when I left my corporate job. So I wonder, like, what he would have thought. I think he probably would have thought I was crazy. My parents really didn't know about, like, I didn't really tell them about my entrepreneur. My mom obviously did because I left while she was still alive, but they didn't really know that side. So they just saw, like, me having a normal job, like, that kind
Safe,
of thing.
secure,
Yeah, safe, secure. So I'm curious, like, what my dad would have thought in making that leap, like, if he would have been, because when you think about it, you think about, would he have seen it as like, oh, wow, I'm so glad, like, she's brave enough to do that. Like, I had that inkling too. Like, I had a time where I wanted to do something like that and I didn't. And I'm so glad she's being brave to do it. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm choosing
100%.
to tell myself. Would it be his
I believe
reaction. So I would say from the outside looking in, I think it is a little bit, you have to be a little bit crazy to choose to work 24/7 for yourself, to choose that.
Yeah. To make that risk.
Yeah, to make that risk and be okay with it. But I don't know. I think also it's becoming a little bit more normal than maybe it was, which is good. I'm glad. I want it to be more normal.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that generation is probably like, what?
Yeah. 100%.
Like, is this OnlyFans? Like, what are we doing? What is she
doing? Yeah, but I wonder if there is anything that people strongly disagreed with and just didn't tell me, So
that was nice of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice of them. To not let me know.
Thanks for not caring about me to my face.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's interesting though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fun.
Those are good questions.
Yeah, those are good questions.
Cool.
We only had to do, it was 3. And we added a little more.
2 or 3. We did 2.
Yeah, we did 2 because that was the third one.
We did.
That you did.
We did 2. Okay, so you guys need to let us know in the comments of this video. Do you like this? Should we do it again? We could do it with the sours.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Warheads.
I can't even say that without my body
your tongue,
reacting.
like,
yeah. Okay. Give us your ideas. Should we do this again? Do you like this vibe? But either way, thank you for watching. Thank you for submitting such interesting questions. And only 2 that I had to take this disgusting shot for. Love you.